you're not going to be mediocre today. You're not going to be mediocre tomorrow. Today is where you get to start being above average.
For sure. Time to put the hammer down.
Yes,
Right
sir.
on, man.
Now, how did you're a long snapper, right?
Yes, sir.
How did that? What'd you go to in Oregon that I saw?
Yes, sir. So this summer I did an internship with their football strength conditioning staff, and really how that came about was, I'm a big fan of their strength coach Aaron Feld,
Nice.
and so I seen they had posted it on their Twitter page, and so I just really got my references, my cover letter and resume together, what they was asking for, and I sent it to their assistant strength coach Jeff Eaton. And this was on a Friday, right? It was pretty funny because I actually sent it on a Friday right before I went to get a fresh cut. And like literally before I got out of the chair, he had already responded to me, asking me a few questions. We emailed back and forth. And so then, we sort of got to talking. And then he asked me, could we have like an interview on the phone? I was like, yes, sir. So I spoke with him. Everything went well. Then I spoke with the head intern at the time, and everything went well with him. And so he said he would hit me up in a couple of days, and a couple of days later, he hit me up and was like, "What's up, coach? You free?" And I was like, "Yes, sir. What's going on?" He was like, "Well, I'd like to get you on a Zoom meeting today." And I was like, "All right, sounds good." So then I got on there, and he was like, "Hey, man, I really like your driving passion. I'd really like to get you out here,
Right.
and you intern with us." And I was like, "Yes, sir. That'd be a good opportunity." So that was just really blessed with that opportunity to be able to go out there and work with them guys and have them guys as mentors for me going forward. Because that'll really help me out going forward,
And that's Oregon, bro. That's a pretty big
Yes,
deal.
sir, yeah,
And you just said, I'm going to email this man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Pretty much, like I said, that's the field I want to get into because I'm an exercise science major with a sports medicine and public health minor.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of the career path that I want to take is getting into strength conditioning because, like I said, I'm like I have that drive and passion for it, and I want to help other athletes going forward. So
who built this into you?
I honestly like
it's something that you've had the whole time.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, looking back in high school, I was sort of like that, and I felt like I was a leader and stuff. But going forward, going through freshman year all the way up until my senior year now, it's just sort of really. That's the type of person I want to be is, be a leader and help others around me succeed as well.
Exactly.
So that's sort of, I don't know, it's just built in me, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know how to really explain that.
Dude, that's awesome.
But yes,
wow.
I appreciate it.
And actually, man, that's that's kind of what made me reach out to you in the first place. I mean, I was on Facebook. I made a Facebook for a previous job, and this, that, or the other. I saw Carson Todd. And I saw Danny Lyons, and it looks like, who was my high school football coach as well, it looks like that you and him still have a pretty solid relationship. And, I mean, I saw you guys over the weekend. He came to a game.
He actually came to the game.
Yeah.
He came to the game, and really was hoping to get that win.
Yeah.
But, like I said, I'm just I'm blessed he was able to come to the game and watch me and support me.
Sure.
And he's always been there for me in case I was to ever need anything or whatever. He's always been there. So, I really appreciate him and him coming to support me still.
Awesome, man. But yeah, no, I was on Facebook and I was connecting with everybody, and I saw Carson Todd, and the name popped up, and the picture popped up, and the picture was not like the high school face that I remember. I was like, dude, like he's a tank now. What's up with him? And so throughout the time that I've seen you as as this version of yourself, you have been motivating me.
Yes, sir, I appreciate
it. If anybody doesn't know, I like to think I'm a pretty motivated person. And so when somebody can speak to me, when somebody can shake me to my core, that's awesome. That's powerful. Because I get up in the morning and I look at that and I say, I'm awesome, and then I go about my day. I'm crazy.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, damn, I got to step up my game. Carson's really grinding today. I was like, okay. And I just watched you grind, and your mentality, you speak about a positive mindset. You speak about making things happen. And the day I decided I was going to see if I could get you on the podcast was like the day before the first time you've played in like how many days?
Yeah, like 672.
Yes. It was 672 days, and he said, it gave me chills, man. It really did.
Appreciate it.
But you said you wanted to pursue, a career and a future in strength and conditioning. Looks like it's working. I mean, what are your numbers, bro?
I got a long ways to go, but I honestly haven't tested it in a while, like for max wise. But You know, I got a long ways to go. That's
Okay.
for sure. I'm not nowhere
Humble.
near where I want to be. So.
Gosh, and that's awesome. So, like, is it something that you think football brings out of you, or is it something that you don't necessarily have to play football to experience this? Is it like, obviously strength and conditioning go hand in hand with football. That's not what I'm saying at all, but
Where's the motivation come from?
yeah, you know, do you feel like you have to go through a sport like that, or is it something that you can make yourself, you know, you can come into yourself essentially?
Honestly, I think you can look at it from both aspects. You can look at it from being a normal student on campus at a college, because if you're a normal student on campus, you know, I don't know, you might be working along with doing your classes and stuff, but honestly, you know, you're really going to get that degree if I mean, obviously, for a student athlete, you're striving to get that degree, but you're also striving to be great on the field as well. So one thing that I would say from a student perspective is, you know, you got to wake up every day with the right mindset to go and attack each day, because one day you're taking it one day at a time to get closer to getting your degree. So honestly, it's all about just waking up and going to work every day.
Winning the day. I see you say that a lot.
Yes, sir. That's actually my slogan for my brand called Focus On.
Okay.
Focus on winning the day every day.
Okay.
So, really, it's hard to speak for myself at being considering I'm a student athlete, because I don't really, but coming from a student athlete's perspective, you know, that's one thing I think about when I wake up every morning. I'm all the time waking up early, so I'm all the time wanting to wake up and chase greatness. Whether, you know, when I wake up, I got practice, got school, and then obviously I also work as well, a part-time job. So a lot of people ask me, you know, how do you get it done? Because last semester in the spring, we had football, but we didn't have
due to
games
COVID.
or anything. Yeah. So I was working like 17 hours a week on top of taking 17 credit hours, which is probably by far my hardest semester, and then obviously doing football on top of that. But like I was saying earlier in the year, we had a leadership retreat at school. They was just asking me, like, you know, how did you do that? Well, first and foremost, you got to have that drive inside of you to get up and go do it, because first of all, I want to succeed on the field. Secondly, I want to succeed in the classroom as well, because every day I'm chasing, you know, to get my degree.
Greatness.
And then thirdly, I'm working hard because I'm trying to make money as well.
Yeah.
So that's really just sort of how you go about it, is just having that mindset, really.
And see, some people some people would look at you and say you're crazy. Like, that's impossible. How I can't do that. That's why they were asking, like, how did you do that? And
A lot of people can't.
It's the reality is that they can, but they don't allow themselves to. You know what I'm saying? They say, man, I want to wake up and be great today, but it's a Wednesday and my socks don't match. So, you know, I'm just going to settle to be mediocre.
Yeah, but and that's because it's built into a lot of people.
I
was one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still sometimes one of those. I'm trying to get out of it. I told Ben, might have been yesterday, I said, I'm glad he's got all this optimism, because me being put things into a bad perspective a lot of times, I guess you'd say pessimistic, and he kind of turns me the opposite way, I guess you'd say, and puts me in the right path.
Metaphorically slap him in the face.
Basically,
and remind him what we're here to
do. Do you focus on those small wins? Say you wake up, you make yourself a pot of coffee, and you don't spill it. You're like, oh man, I'm on a winning streak today, or something like that. Do you build off those small wins, or you just positive all day?
Well, that's the thing. That was bringing me into my next point that I was going to say. Like, you know, every day for me is not perfect, because I'm human as well.
Exactly.
And, you know, every day is not going to be perfect. But it's like, if something ain't really going my way, or, you know, I'm having a bad day, I just really, you know, think to myself, hey, man, you know, I just got to keep working, because everything happens for a reason. And so
there's worse out there. That's what I always tell myself.
And the thing is, too, like I have like my own brand. I have these bracelets. So, you know, if I'm not having a good day or something, you know, I just look down my bracelet. I'm like, hey, you know, I just got to focus on this right now, instead of worrying about what's going on tomorrow. And on the back of it, it has a positive mindset.
There you go.
So,
but I'll get one of those, because I wear bracelets myself.
Yeah, no
Mine
doubt,
says, mine's black on black. I'm the only one that can read it, technically. It says it exceeds your own expectations, and also you can achieve anything.
Yeah, man, I really like that. And another thing, I actually just got this shirt and this bracelet in the mail the other day.
And for those who can't see, It says, be better, be different.
Yeah, and
Is that the focus on?
No. This one's one of my favorite motivational speakers. Recently just heard about him, looked into some of his stuff, and really like it. And then on the back of it says Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
But it sent me a bracelet as well, and it says be different, be better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things, just trying to be better every single day and just be different.
And
Who is it?
His name's Phil. I can't remember his last name off the top of my head. Like I said, I just recently found it, but that's his brand. Like, be better, be different.
And I love the fact that it says be different, because this is really driving me home right now, and I'm already home technically, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I was in my car today and I was just thinking, to myself. I'm an analytical person. I think a lot in the car when I'm driving to and from and all this stuff.
No music or music?
Sometimes music, but sometimes whenever I'm driving, man, and I forget to turn it on because I'm thinking about, something. And what I was thinking about today on my way back from lunch is probably going to offend a couple people, and honestly, it might need to. It's part of the reason I wanted you to come on, was because you would help me shake some people awake, metaphorically slap them in the face.
Yeah, let's get into good stuff.
So I was driving in my car, and I came to the conclusion that most people are average. Most people are average. To fit in is to go along with the regular. To belong is to fit in, right? Like, the majority of people are average. You look outside, the majority of cars are driving are average cars. You don't see Ferraris everywhere. The majority of people are not Ferraris. But what makes a Ferrari is something that metaphorically you can't put a price on. And that shirt says be different, because everybody else is average. And if you want to be above average, you don't need to be everybody else. You need to be doing what other people cannot do, will not do, will tell themselves they can't do it. But other people are average, and I'm not.
Facts.
I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're normal. I'm crazy. They're average. I want better than average. That's what I was having this conversation at this decibel behind the wheel of my car driving back to work. And I'm sure people were like, look at that crazy guy right there. And that's fine. But to be successful, you have to, not be average, right?
Yes, sir.
Not necessarily. You can be successful, and success is what matters to you, but I don't want to be average.
That's the thing, but being average is putting in the work. People want the easy route. They don't want to put in the work.
A lot of people take
When you
the
don't
easy
put in
route.
the work, that's when you're average.
They just won't they won't get out of their own way.
Ben just knocked all my shit off.
I know, man, because I'm so,
Fired up, man. I love it.
and honestly, that's how I feel about this show. That's how I feel about everything I do. And I looked at that, and I thought about that for 2 hours at work today, because I was sitting there and I said, for better or worse, every good thing I've ever done, or every dumb thing, every negative thing that I have ever done in my life, I've done 100% in. And it made me stop and think about that, because, I don't have too much. I don't have a Ferrari. But what I do have, I've worked my ass off for it.
No doubt.
And when I found myself in times where all I was really worrying about was partying, I got as messed up as I possibly could. You know what I'm saying? I did that full tilt. I got wrecked full tilt. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm a father full tilt, I'm on a podcast full tilt. Everything I do that has my name on it, I cannot allow myself to let it be average. I have to give it everything I do. The music, that's a great example. A lot of people pick up a guitar, they'll go buy a guitar and only play for 2 weeks and say, dude, I'm no good at it. All right then, well, you're not. You're average. When you say, oh, no, I may not be good now, but I'm going to be, then that's going to, you let yourself, you put the limitations that you are living your life by, they were put there by yourself. And a lot of people just cannot seem to understand that, so they get complacent. They're okay with settling for average. They're okay for not getting that, not really doing whatever it takes to get the job they wanted. They'll take a 9-to-5 at the grocery store. And, I'm not dissing anybody that works at a grocery store, but you know what I'm saying?
No.
They're complacent. They won't put in the work. They won't do what they need to do to get where they want to be. They'll say it. yeah, man, I hope this happens. Yeah, dude, I hope I hear back from that guy. You're a perfect example. You didn't do any of that. You said, I'm going to email this guy.
For sure.
Yeah, this is the guy, the strength coach at Oregon. I'm going to do this. And look at what happened.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, I told Caitlin the other day, I sit here and, dude, I had, let's see, almost 40,000 built up in 2 potential retainers. There was 2 retainers, and basically after a year's work with both of them, I've been at 40,000, and plus on top of all my other retainers, and I was ecstatic as I'll get out.
For sure.
And this has been a few months ago. They both end up backing out, saying, because I was hesitant on it. One of them, she had a slow month, and she was like, I don't know if I want to do it. And then the other one was like, well, I just landed him last month, so I did finally get him, but it was at it was a way lower price than what we had originally thought, but it's still good money. And I was like, you can't expect nothing from anybody. That's when, once you start realizing everything's on you and how you take things is,
Yeah.
I mean, how you take things and run with it, I mean, that's all that matters. Stay optimistic. If something negative happens, just kind of roll with it, roll with the punches. That's what I've learned. And you can't expect anything from anybody because, I mean, that's just not how it works.
Nope.
If you hire somebody and they fail at their job, but you hired them, it's your fault.
For sure. And I think the thing is, at the end of the day is, you just got to keep getting 1% better in whatever category, you might be working towards in life, whether that's your job, school, whether you're a student athlete,
or a musician.
Really whatever whatever it is, you just got to get 1% better out of each day. For example, let me use a Thursday. So we have morning practice from 6 to 8. But all the specialists we're gonna get there an hour early at 5, so we can get stretched out, do our thing and everything. So when we have flex, we roll right into stretching and then going right into special teams. But we'll have practice from 6 till about 8:15, 8:30ish. As soon as I get done there, I'll go take a shower, have class from 9:30 to 10:50, and then have another class from 11:10 to 12:25. And then as soon as I get done with there, go grab me some lunch.
Yeah.
And chill for about 30 minutes to an hour, do some homework or whatever, and then we'll have lift from 3 to 4, and then once I get done with lift, I go take a shower, and then I go to work from like 4:30 to 10. And then like as soon as I got off work, this was like, I'm using an example from like the other day. So I went to work at 4:30, took a break at 7 because we had a team meeting. So I went to the team meeting from 7:30 to like 7:50ish. We had like a little special teams meeting. Then once I got done with there, went back to work from 8 to 10. And then once I got off work, I had an assignment due at midnight that I hadn't finished up yet. So I had to go back, had to go
grinding
home and, really lock into that assignment, which I'd already done most of it. But I had to finish the rest of it so I can get it turned in. And then I went to bed around like 1:30ish or whatever. But, at the end of the day, you got to have that mindset to go be great, because if I was just
average,
if I want to just, like you said, be an average, I'd just be like, man, I got practice, then I got class, and then I got to, well, you probably ready for lunch because you want to eat something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll do better on the next test.
And,
yeah.
And then you're like, man, I got lift, then I got to go to work, then I got to meet, and then I got to go back to work, then I got to do homework. It's really just all about, hey, man, I got to focus on one thing at a time and just attack it like your last time doing something.
The way I look at it is, while you were just describing everything, is the average person would say, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I look at it like I get to.
Yeah, exactly.
I have the opportunity. Like I get to do that. Some people don't even have this chance.
No doubt.
Not even that, bro. You gotta enjoy it. And I know you're not gonna enjoy homework 99.9% of the time.
For sure.
But that homework is leading you to your degree, so
exactly.
you can go be that strength coach.
Sure.
And that's the thing, man. Like, yes, you need to be happy doing what you're doing, but sometimes you gotta do stuff you don't want to do to get where you want to be.
What are you willing to give up?
And I know I preach all the time, be happy doing what you're doing, but yeah, sometimes you gotta go through the mud to get there.
Yeah,
exactly. People don't want to go through the mud.
Not every day is gonna be perfect, like I was saying.
No, most days are not gonna be perfect.
Exactly.
I mean, really, you have to look at yourself and you have to say, what am I willing to sacrifice? Am I willing to sacrifice a couple hours of sleep to be great? Am I willing to sacrifice maybe an hour off the guitar at night? Am I willing to sacrifice an hour off of Call of Duty? A lot of people need to get off of Call of Duty. I'm just saying.
Unless you're starting a gaming channel.
Yeah, if you're starting a gaming channel and that's working for you, you know, holler at us. We might, you know, all that. But, like,
Sponsors.
whenever it comes to being great, if that's what you want, you have to give something because nobody's going to hand you anything. You say, oh, I want $1 million. The day you say, I want $1 million, and somebody comes and hands it to you,
all three of us need $1 million as well.
yeah. That's a good way to put it. I was going to say, you know, pigs are flying, you know, but in any case, dude, it is a mindset. And have you ever been in a space to where you've been really motivated, right? You've been really into it. You're super, like you're turned on. And say, like, maybe some of your friends, well, not turned on. No, man, but have you ever been in, like, just so on it, in the zone, right? You're feeling good, your mindset's right, you're passionate, and then you get around some of your friends, and they're just like, dude, why are you so, like, chill out, man. You need to calm down. What do you say? What do you say to your friends who need to motivate? How do you motivate your friends?
Bro, I'm so glad you asked me that question because, a couple weeks ago, we had a guy come speak to us. He played at Winston-Salem State a long time ago, and he was saying, man, all my teammates used to think I was on drugs because I was always, like, so fired up. It was like, man, that's my natural energy. And when he said that, one of my teammates, like one of the kickers, he sort of, like, turned over and looked at me, and I just, like, sort of, like, laughed. And then afterwards, he's like, man, yeah, they need it. He's all the time saying, bro, they need a drug test. You need a drug test. You're all the time. Like, and he's obviously joking around and stuff. And I was like, dude, I'll piss in a cup 1,000,000 times, and I'll pass it 100%. I was like, dude, that's just my drive and just my energy all the time because I'm always just fired up and ready to go.
Yeah,
so that's good, bro. I wish I had that. I've got the drive. I don't have the energy, man. My energy's non-existent.
And, I mean, you know, like we got COVID testing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Yeah, it's a lot. We have to get tested 3 times a week. But
how expensive is that?
I don't know, man. You had to holler at the athletics at Winston State. But like I'll go in there and the athletic trainer be like, Carson, you don't look fired up this morning, or like, cause I'll walk in and be like, hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah, you came in very mild mannered, by the way.
Sometimes appreciate it, and sometimes I'll come in like, what's up, John? You know, this and that. But he's like, man, what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, I'm good. Like nothing's wrong. I'm good. Like I'm still fired up and everything.
Out,
yeah, I mean, I'm still going. You know, but you know, shout out to my specialists down at Winston State because they're all the time giving me a hard time. So. My guys, Ivan Caro and Giovanni Esparza.
Ooh, name drops. Name drops for the homies. All right, I'm with that.
Do they need a, how do I put this? A cinematographer, a photographer?
Dude, like.
I happen to know a guy.
I mean, we got one guy that comes and takes photos, but, I mean, there never can be too many.
Yeah,
bro,
sure.
Bro.
Why don't we just start doing some freelance work?
Man, I'm gonna tell them about
That's
you.
What basically what it
honestly, get you to a game down there. Get you to one of our home games. We got 2 home games left, and get you a sideline pass.
Let's do it, bro. I'll give them stuff they ain't had before.
I'm talking about the raw, like trench coat, sneaking into the game, like run out on the field, like game pictures, and then I sell them to Dustin, and then he doesn't know the guy that had, he never sees my face. I'm in a trench coat, and I sell it to Dustin, and then he gets those behind-the-scenes shots.
Facts. There you go.
No.
Don't listen to him.
Saw that in the movie.
But I want to talk about your but yeah, definitely would be down to do that.
For sure.
But your focus on, what's that about? I mean, is that like, is it a clothing brand? Is it just a brand in general that you're doing random stuff with, or what are you trying to do?
Yeah, man. So, sort of just taking it one day at a time. Right now I've been like super busy with school, football, and work. But I started in March, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. But I was just really thinking about what I was gonna name it and everything. And honestly, I started off thinking I was gonna name it "Winning the Day Every Day." But
I think what you've got is perfect.
But then I was like, that's sort of too long. And then I really locked in on like focus, and I was like, man, I really like that. And I was like, man, focus on. And I was like, well, that's not too long, but that's like a perfect name. And then I could just use "Winning the Day Every Day" as my slogan. So
gets people thinking.
I've got a slogan. I'm just not trademarked it yet, so I don't say it much.
Well, I haven't that's one thing I still need to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna bleep this out because I don't want people knowing this, just to be on the safe side.
Right, yeah, for sure.
But do you don't have an LLC for it or anything?
Not yet.
Okay. And I can always help you with that if you want me to. If doing it yourself is 10 times cheaper.
For sure.
You go through LegalZoom, you're screwed. Like it's like $600 to do this crap or more. But you can do it for about $125.
Dang. But yeah, that's so like sort of what I want to do with it. In my logo, you can see a magnifying glass and then a light switch. So the magnifying glass really helps us to see and have that clear out vision of what's in front of us. And then obviously you can't see nothing in the dark, so you got to turn the light switch on to be able to see and have that clear vision of what's in front of you.
That's
and really like my slogan, "Winning the day every day," is just waking up, like I was saying, waking up and have that winning mentality, and not saying, man, like for an example, I could have did this on Sunday. For instance, we lost to a team that we should have beat. We didn't play as well. We came in not locked in and everything, and I could have woke up Sunday and be like, man, I got another day of lift. But instead, I was pissed off because we should have won that game, and I'm pissed off because, one, we're 0-3, and for two,
y'all are too good to be 0-3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're too good to be 0-3, and we should be at the worst 2-1. But that's all right. We were 0-3, and hey, that's fine. But going forward, we need to win every game going forward, and like I said, have that mindset of waking up every day, winning the day every day, and just going and getting it.
Okay, for sure. And that's one thing, bro. Like, you gotta, excuse me, you gotta see it to believe it.
For sure.
But that would be harder to do in football because, it's not one man versus everybody.
And
you know what I
that's the
mean?
thing. It's
And
not,
people
it's not a
hold you
one-man team.
accountable.
Exactly. And that's one thing. I'm glad you brought that up. That's one thing that I really said on Sunday after we got done working out. We worked out, the specialists worked out with the defensive group, but I was like, hey, man, we're 0-3. We could have this, droopy face and everything, but, wake up because, we got a really good team, and, we can win every single game going forward. But
Still have a whole
thing
season.
Exactly. The thing is going forward is hold each other accountable. Hold each other accountable in your position group. And if they get mad at you, they get mad at you. But at the end of the day, you're pushing them because you want them to do better, and you're trying to help out the whole entire team. So you got to hold each other accountable around each other to, have success, because at the end of the day, like you were saying, it's not a one-man team. It's 11 players on the field at one time, and it takes all 11 to have a great play.
Yeah,
so.
bro. And that focus on, sorry to go back to that.
No, you're good. Honestly, I didn't even finish.
You can make a big brand out of that if you do it right. So, like, basically, I've got Rise Life, just in general, just Rise Life, and then entities underneath it, which is, it basically just branches off. So, Rise Life Media, Rise and Grind Pod, and then Rise Life, which is going to be my clothing, Rise Life Clothing. And clothing is just ridiculous pricing. I plan on starting it this month, but it's not going to happen right now.
Yeah,
just because I've got so many other things going on. It's not first on my list, but it is probably top of what I'm most excited about. It's Ben. I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure I do it right.
Yeah,
so it's going to cost me several $1,000s.
And that's one thing, like, right now, I'm sort of, like, taking it slowly. I have a Facebook and Instagram for it. My Instagram's at Winning the Day Every Day. But sort of just posting, like, motivation and positivity quotes, leadership quotes. And then, obviously, I got wristbands made. And I have it like a T-shirt design. But, I want to eventually get into, like, having T-shirts and stuff. But one of the things I want to do with it is having people a part of the Focus On family, because at the end of the day, you can focus on, you can have the bracelet and it has Focus On it, and then positive mindset on the back, but you get to fill in the blank of what that is. That's one thing that I really like about my brand is you get to fill in that blank of what you want to focus on. So one of the things I want to do with it is going around.
That's dope. I like that. That could even be a T-shirt, Focus On, and then a line just for a blank spot.
Yeah, and they can fill in the blank, but one of the things I want to do with it is going around and speaking with high schools.
That's what I was about to say.
And I've already spoke with North Surrey and East Surrey.
Nice.
Talking to them about what it takes to get to the next level. Playing college. My first year I played at James Madison University, and then coming to Winston-Salem State, and then obviously doing an internship at Oregon. So I know what it takes at pretty much all three levels. I mean, D3 is probably the exact same thing. That's the only division I haven't played at. But that's one of the things, going around talking to them, what it takes to, there's no age on leadership.
No.
And so you can be a leader at any age, and what it takes to have, the winning mindset mentality, and then what it takes to get to the next level, and then, like, all about, like, focusing on the moment, and don't take a moment for granted, because it goes by quick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, You said something just now that I'd kind of like to circle back to for a second. Is Winston-Salem State not a D3?
Oh, they're Division II.
Division 2?
Yes, sir.
Oh, really?
I thought they were D3.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's dope.
Yes,
But
sir.
see, the thing about D3 is that I heard a lot of people say this, is those are the guys that really want to play football.
No doubt.
Because they are not receiving any type of help at all. D3 is, and so to that notion, I would say like a lot of good football players probably do come from D3 schools that most people don't know about because they're the ones who want it the most.
Exactly. I mean, you look at that dude that got drafted this past year by the Broncos. He went to some D3 college in Wisconsin, I believe, and dude's out there like punching trees.
Yeah.
not actually punching with their fists, but like working on pass protection blocks and stuff, and just dominating at that level.
Yeah.
And then gets to go to the Senior Bowl and participates really well there, and then gets drafted by the Broncos, and he actually just started the other night at left guard.
Wow.
So, like, it don't matter what level you play at, the coaches will find you if you put in the work and the time and effort.
Yeah, and James Madison University, you played there for a season as well?
Yeah, that was my I played there my first year. I was the backup, and I redshirted.
How was that experience?
It was really good, blessed with opportunity, but then at the end of the day, our coaches ended up leaving, and
just didn't feel right.
It just wasn't the right fit anymore. And so, I wanted to look for another home, and luckily I went on a visit to Winston-Salem State, and I really liked it there. I really liked Coach Massey and all the coaching staff, and so I was just blessed. They gave me the opportunity to continue playing the game I love, and so that's where I went.
Is this your last year?
Yes, sir. I'm a senior this year. So
what's up?
Congratulations, man! You've come a
sir.
long way.
Are you trying to move? I mean, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, what's next for Carson Todd?
So yeah, I graduate in May, and I'm also getting married in May.
Congrats
to my fiance, Michaela.
Who?
Michaela.
Is that the same girl? Is that your high school sweetheart?
Yeah, my high school sweetheart. Yes, sir. We've been dating. I was 15. She was 16. Yes,
Beautiful.
Sir. So we've been dating for 6 years now, and then we're getting married next May. So it's gonna be really good. And I graduate and then I get married. But really, what I'm hoping and planning on doing is, after football season's over with, connecting with some other strength coaches, within the college sports, whether that is football or other sports as well. But try to maybe get a little internship at Wake Forest, and if not getting an internship there for like the spring, but just trying to get more knowledge and more hands-on experience. And so really what I want to do over Christmas break is travel around to a few different schools, meet with their strength coach if possible. I'm gonna send out.
Hop on LinkedIn. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But LinkedIn is huge.
That's big.
Something I've got to get better at, man.
It's crazy. Like LinkedIn has a lot of different stuff. I haven't done mine either.
LinkedIn's the new social media, bro.
It really is.
In the next 3 years, 4 years, it's gonna be it'll blow. I guarantee if he hopped on LinkedIn, he's getting a job on there. I know it's made for jobs, but like he's gonna have more connections on there with more money opportunities and job opportunities than he would if he was on Instagram DMing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I have a LinkedIn, but I need to like go in there and build in my profile and everything.
Man, I do social media, man, and I'm the world's worst for keeping up on my posts and stuff. But it's honestly like a lot of people don't see. If a lot of people just look at my Instagram now, they're probably like, "How's this man surviving?" But I've got a lot of retainers, but I don't post any of it.
For sure.
And that's something it's hard for me to keep up my content when I don't post any of it. But it's stuff I don't necessarily enjoy as far as real estate. I edit for PBS, the TV network, and then I've got a few other things that I do. And like Georgia stuff I post, the tent shop, I post his because it's pretty enjoyable for the most part. But I'm wanting to get into more bigger brands. That's my overall goal.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
And I brought on Ben today.
The social media thing is something that, because I've been the guy with the track phone. Like I was talking to one of our previous guests. He and I got something cooking. We got something in the works for you guys, and it's gonna be so tight. But
that'd be fun.
He and I were talking about it today, and social media came up. And I was just like, dude, if it were up to me, I would just still have a flip phone because I don't care, who likes my pictures. Like if you notice, I don't care if I get 2 likes or anything. I'm still gonna say what I want to say. I'm not doing it for anybody else.
No doubt.
But I've been off of social media for like 2 years, and that's why whenever you go and look, like it looks like where has Ben been? I've been off the radar. I've been getting my stuff together. I've been grinding, and I think social media can be a big distraction.
Yeah, it really can.
It can demotivate people, because I saw something today and it made me think, dude, the majority of people would rather discourage you from pursuing their dream than chase theirs.
See, and that's the thing for me, bro. I guess it depends on who you are, because social media has helped me, if anything. And
Yeah.
I know almost everybody it does put down, depending on where
Right.
you're coming from. Me, it helps because when I see nice things, I want nice things, and I strive for nice things,
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
you would say. Not just like, I don't mean just, materialistic things.
Yeah.
I mean just like the motivation, the whatever it might be.
A badass podcast.
Yeah, exactly. And but for me, it's never really bothered me. And honestly, if it wasn't for social media, I probably would still be caring what people think about me. Now, bro, I wouldn't be doing this if I cared what people thought about me. I mean, I would never hear the end of it from my dad, I thought. And look at me now. I mean, he's happy for me, bro. I posted a story the other day, and I sent him two of my videos that I've done. I don't know if you saw them, the boat rental one, and then
That was
the
tight. With the drone.
what was the other one? Yeah.
Yeah, that was
The
cool.
boat rental one, and then the card detailing. He done ceramic wrap and stuff, and he was like, "F yeah, bro, it's like you're killing it. Looks like it came from a effing movie," and I was like, "Damn, my dad's saying that to me. That's
For
good,
sure.
man. Cause like you gotta know my dad. Like he expected me to work with him my whole life, doing power lines and stuff, making really good money, but it wasn't me. And now that he's seen that I can make a living doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to, I mean, no matter what it takes,
Exactly.
and it's really opened up his eyes to that, and it's just a good feeling.
Yeah, dude. I
But
love it.
I mean, he's obviously not on social media, but I just kind of
Well,
related to that.
and that's what I was kind of hitting on the last podcast. Like,
You do need a break, though. I will give you that from social media. It does get in your head
Oh, yeah?
sometimes. Yeah.
okay. I was thinking last time too was what you just said about your dad. You know, I kind of feel the same way about our friends. You know, like because
Oh, yeah.
a lot of our friends have come up and said, "Dude, you guys are killing it. Like, it's gonna go somewhere." They see that we believe in it, and I would,
Exactly.
you know, the fact that
And probably didn't at first.
yeah, no, they would probably honestly a couple of guys probably looked at it like, "Oh yeah, Dustin's got a podcast and Ben's gonna come talk about some crazy stuff. That'll be cool." I guarantee you, they did not expect to be to episode 8. You know, they probably didn't expect for 9 or 10 or 200 or whatever's next for us. I guarantee you, we have a couple ideas that nobody saw coming. You know, so it's something that
Yeah.
yeah, like that's why I get so excited. Like I
Big time.
just all in,
For sure.
be different, be better.
We'll tell you about one of them after this.
Alright.
I ain't gonna say it on here.
On that note, Carson, the next game, Winston-Salem State Rams. Who you playing?
We're playing at Chowan this Saturday.
At
6
Chowan.
p.m. Yes, sir. My buddy Corbin Robertson, he plays for Chowan, so I'm looking forward to going down there and playing my bro. That's my A1 since day one. We've been training together for probably since like junior year of high school. He played at Mount Airy and I played at North Surrey, and then we just been working real hard over the years. And he's been at Chowan, and now I'm at Winston-Salem State, and we finally get to play each other one more
Yeah.
time. So
That's what's
guys
up.
can be looking forward to really getting down there and watching him ball out, and then hoping I do the same.
Yeah,
And wish him best of luck, but hopefully come out with a dub.
that's it, bro.
For sure.
That's it.
No doubt.
Real quick. Well, we're going. We're pretty good.
Real
Unless you wanna
quick.
keep going.
Real quick, what?
I was gonna wrap it up a little bit.
Wrap it up.
All right, bro.
You said real quick. Wrap it up.
Nah, I was just making sure. You didn't have
Hey,
any more
man,
questions
I got
before I
all
jumped
night,
in.
bro.
All night.
All night, man.
All right, let's.
Do you want to do a rapid fire?
That's what I was about to say.
Well,
You start off with the question. I'll bounce with the question. You bounce with the question. We'll go to
Yeah.
6 questions.
6
3
questions?
each.
All right, that's cool.
as a strength and conditioning coach, what's your favorite exercise?
Favorite exercise, I'm going with squat all day of the week.
All
my
right. All right. Favorite food.
Favorite food, I'm going grilled chicken, steak. That's a hard question because I like to eat food. So,
Yeah. As a strength and conditioning coach, how important is diet?
it's really important. Nutrition is key, especially if you're wanting to lose weight, but also gain weight as well.
What gets you going through the day? More than anything.
Like, are you talking about like as a motivational quote, or just like what gets me?
No,
Going
what
through-
gets you up in the morning and ready to
Dude,
fight?
It's got to be my family and my fiance Michaela.
The people who hold you accountable?
Yeah, man, and then my brothers are around me that support me and are always with me.
If you could say one thing to the Carson Todd of high school, what would it be?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, it'd be a lot, man. I feel like I worked hard and stuff over high school, but I look back and I'm like, man, I wish I would have really worked a little bit harder. But things that I'll say to him is, man, just don't let people tell you that you can't go and do something, because at the end of the day, you know, when you wake up, it's all about you, and you're the one that's going to help you succeed, and you're the one that's going to help you get to the top. So don't ever let anybody tell you can't do something, because you got to have that mindset and that determination to go out there and just dominate whatever it is and prove every single person that doubted you wrong.
Okay.
When are you going to feel successful in life? Like, when, let me reword that.
What is success to you?
Yeah, what is success to you? But like, where do you want to be overall, 5 to 10 years from now, whatever it might be?
Man,
Like, how far is your vision?
I'm
out?
gonna be honest, man. 5 to 10 years from now, I'm hoping I would like to be a head strength conditioning coach at the collegiate level, but if not a head guy at the time, you know, definitely would like to be one of the top assistants in the nation. Because at the end of the day, not only do I want to be a strength coach, but I want to be a difference maker in student athletes' lives and other people around me's life as well.
And who's doing
So-
it, bro? You can take that focus on. You can take your speaking tied into focus on, your clothes tied into focus on, start a podcast tied into focus on. Your strength and conditioning coach. No strength and conditioning coach is doing that. You get your name out there like that, bro, you're going to be top level. You'll be a strength and conditioning coach talking on ESPN. Who's doing that when it comes to that?
I really like the way you described that. You didn't say I wanted to be a strength and conditioning coach at a collegiate level. You said I wanted to be in the top.
Yeah, for sure.
So in other words, what you're saying is it's not enough for you just to get a job as a college strength coach. You want to be one of the best.
Yes, sir. And obviously, you know, I'm gonna be blessed with any opportunity that I get. And if if I have to start out at, you know, getting a high school strength conditioning spot somewhere, you know, that's perfect, because that's only going to set me up for success later on down the road. But, you know, obviously I'd like to get a strength conditioning job at the collegiate level, but I want to set myself apart from others to make me one of the top guys in the country.
Would be the best.
You noticed, not you noticed. I noticed something that you have that I 100% do not have. Ben, I think he semi has it more than I do.
Okay.
Patience.
Oh, yeah. No, honestly, I'm not.
You're better than I am. I'm terrible, man. When I want things now. But I've noticed, like, you talking, saying, but if I don't get there, it's okay. I will get there. Just maybe not at that time. Me, I want to be a millionaire tomorrow, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I love to be a millionaire tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
too.
for sure. Like,
But,
I mean, I know I've got to put the work in. And
sure.
I was being sarcastic when I said tomorrow. I know it's going to take a little while.
For sure.
But I do want to be, if I want to retire by the time I turn 35 or 40, I want to be able to retire.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it don't happen, will I be upset? Probably not that bad now, but you asked me that 2 years ago. Yeah, hell yeah, I'd been upset.
Well, if you don't get there, if you're not able to retire by your 35, that's a great goal to have, because even if you don't hit your mark, I guarantee you'll come in pretty damn close.
Oh yeah, bro. Putting in the hustle's everything.
It is. And that's what this episode was about, man. Like, that's why I got so excited. That's why I get carried away sometimes. Like, that's what I feel. I can't really relate to the majority of people, because the majority of people don't have that. Most people are average. It goes back to that. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. Nobody up here is better than anybody else.
No doubt.
But we want to be. You know what I'm saying? It's a mindset. It will separate you. And the whole goal, what I wanted out of this podcast today, was I was hoping that maybe somebody was driving in their car and they woke up today and they said, as they were listening to this, they got in their car and, all right, Ben and Dustin, they got a new podcast coming on. Let's see what they got. And I'm really hoping that when they turn this on in the car, they had made some decision earlier in the day to settle for mediocrity. And we come through these airwaves, and we slap them right in the ear hole. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
You're not going to be mediocre today. You're not going to be mediocre tomorrow. Today is where you get to start being above average.
When you spill your cup of coffee, what'd you say, Ben, when you spilled your cup of coffee that morning?
Oh, man. I said, I didn't need it anyway.
You didn't need that coffee.
You know, it was all good.
It's all right. It's all right. Just don't let those little things bother you, because that's what puts you. I'm one of those people. Somebody cuts me. Okay, for instance, I can't stand when people don't use turning signals.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You don't use a turning signal, you probably just ruined my whole day, just so you know.
Yeah.
And I hate that I'm like that. And I'm trying to grow out of that. Because, I mean, I've always been a very driven, positive, motivational person, but also I'm one of the most pessimistic people you've ever met. Like, but I'm trying to grow out of that. But like I said, get off your ass, go do something, make stuff happen.
Man,
read a book.
Yeah, man. Hey, be a difference maker. Like, honestly, like as a team leader and a captain of our football team this year, and that's one thing that I strive to do is help other. Don't I start over?
No, you start over.
I thought you were about to make out. I was like, what?
Oh shit! I'm like, what's going on?
Blooper.
But one of the things, as a team leader and a captain on our football team this year, one of the things, that really I want to instill into other people is helping out my teammates by uplifting them and helping them be able to, strive and succeed and have that, mentality going forward to help others, around them and be a difference maker in people's lives. Because at the end of the day, like we'll focus on and, wanting to be a strength coach, that's one thing that I want to do is be a difference maker in people's lives.
Yeah. I love it, bro. But yeah, this was a good one, man. I appreciate you coming on, Carson.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all letting me be on the podcast.
What I'm about to do next is I'm about to just go door to door and say, hey, get off your ass, like get up off your mental block couch. Like, but in any case, Carson, this was a great episode, man. I honestly do. I feel like I'm about to just go.
Dude, you're fired up.
Run a marathon. Like I want to run through that wall. You want to vlog that?
I want to see it, man.
Hey, and
that man is fired up. He can run through that wall.
If that was something that I wanted to get good at, what's a good exercise for that?
Sled pulls.
Sled pulls.
That's a good.
Man, honestly, off the top of my head,
he knows it.
Off the top of my head, man. Honestly,
that makes sense.
I don't even know, but I'm gonna say sled pulls because you got that.
Yeah.
You got that resistance behind you. So time you run through that.
That was a good one. That was probably
bust right through it.
Yeah, I like that one.
And see, like weightlifting was something that I got really big into for a while, and so but now it's interesting because like if you're not an athlete, do you really need to squat 460 pounds? If you're not, performing, or, I mean, is it really safe? What I'm saying?
My thing is, man, I'm at the point now, as long as I look good and I'm healthy, I don't care what I can lift.
See, I don't even care if I look good.
That's all matters.
I don't even care if I look good. I'm healthy.
No, bro, I've got a transformation video. It's going to come out next year.
Sweet. Yeah, sir. I'm looking forward to seeing it. But, yeah, like I said, I really appreciate y'all having me on the podcast and giving me the opportunity to be on here and speak and share a little bit about Focus On and, share some stuff with y'all. And I appreciate all the information that y'all shared as well because it's really been good. So I appreciate it.
For sure, bro. We'll talk off camera. We got a few plans that we can do.
Yeah, but you guys can't know about it.
All right, peace out, people.
Y'all have a good one.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my